Howdy folks, welcome back. Today I want to go over the current weekly deals over on World of Tanks' website. You can go check it out. Just bring up your launcher right here. You just click on Premium Shop and the daily deals pop up. This week's daily deal is the it's a Renegade. I think it's the M54 Renegade. We've also got the British Turtle 1, and then we've got the Soviet Object 274A. Prices range from £25 for the standard versions, all the way up to, I think it's 110 for the deluxe versions. Oh, and we've also got the M41 90mm Walker Bulldog for the German faction at £20. Personally, I don't think that the Walker Bulldog is anywhere near as good as a comparison to something like the Hawker 30 or the French ELC AMX90. Still gets the same matchmaker, but it gets way worse camo. Same guns as the Hawker 30, which means it gets fantastic HE penetration. But other than that, it's just not worth it. I know I have one on my North American account, not my EU account. Again, this is a skip for me, which is kind of weird. Me saying skip a German tank. I know I'm a German main. Unfortunately, you could have also have gotten the Object 274A in the last tokens collection. If you don't have one and you have a Twitch account or Amazon Prime account, make a Twitch account. Go over, follow World of Tanks' main channel. When they go live during the OSL contests, which is their version of an elite esports event, they will be dropping tokens every 2 hours or every hour to 2 hours. Collect enough tokens and you can actually get a premium tank in the token store for free. And last event, I believe it was the Object 274A, and I have one in my garage. I will be doing a review on that tank here soon. Unfortunately, out of all of these tanks, I also own a Renegade. Out of all of these tanks, the only ones I don't own is the Turtle, and that's because I genuinely just am not a fan of British encased tank destroyers. Again, I own the AT-15A and various others. I don't own the Turtle. Now, people keep saying that the Turtle is a lot more agile, and what I mean by that is when I say agile, a vehicle is agile, I mean it has a very fast chassis rotation rate, which means if this is the body of the tank, okay, the AT-15A turns pretty much like this. It turns like a brick. Apparently the Turtle turns quite faster. It has a more reactive capability, which is very good if you want to get into knife fights, which you will, because there will be medium tanks that bum rush you. There will be heavy tanks that bum rush you, and there will definitely be light tanks that try to bum rush you. And what I mean by that is they try to get into knife fighting ranges where you are basically at a loss because you don't have a turret. You are a encased tank destroyer. So yeah, also apparently the Turtle one has a interesting quirk where it gets if you look at the paper stats of the Turtle one, like the actual documents that they based the game version on, it gets more gun depression than the actual real tank. Apparently, I don't know. Again, I've never owned a Turtle one. I easily delete Turtle ones with my Scorpion G. So there are other options out there like the Scorpion G, like the SU-130 and various other, even the is it T-103 or the Soviet T-103. Again, easily penetrates this thing left, right, and center. But certain medium tanks, like Tech Tree medium tanks, like the Panther 2, will struggle to penetrate you from the front. However, other tanks, not so much. M41, the Renegade, again, this tank has a glaring weakness, and that is the Commander's cupola up top. Also, these little ears here, on the North American server, they are modeled, but I don't think they're modeled on the EU server. I'm not sure if that's the case or not, whether they updated the model or whatnot, because again, it's been a while since I've played my Renegade. I'll try and get some footage for the Renegade and do a tank video review of the Renegade if you want. Also, the lower plate, because this is based on the M60 platform, so it's the M60 style body, so it's on the M103, the M60, things of that nature. It's going to have a suit. It's an Americanized version of the pike nose, but it's not so angled like the Soviet, which means that lower plate can be a little bit trolly if you know how to angle your tank correctly, same as the cheeks on the turret. So the cheeks on the turrets can also be quite trolly as well. The downside is it has really bad side armor. You cannot side scrape in this thing. I've seen people try, and they just get penetrated even by medium tanks, same tier and lower. I've seen VK33, the prototype, the tier 6 German mediums that only have like a I think it's like a 130 something millipen with regular ammo, not even AP, not even an APCR, go right through the side armor when they try to side scrape in this tank. It cannot side scrape for its life. So just a heads up for you. Other than that, I don't see the point of purchasing anything more than the standard. The reason why is you're just not getting your money's worth. Let me explain. The Supreme version, you're getting 5,000 gold and 2 million credits. And you think, okay, 2 million credits is great. No, because you're going to spunk that 2 million credits buying a rammer and whatnot if you don't have it already. So that 2 million credits is gone. 5k gold. Okay, yeah, great. You could get 30 days of premium with that. But in all honesty, buying 30 days of premium and this tank at its base price is actually cheaper than buying it in this package deal. And yes, you do get credit boosters and whatnot. So the credit boosters alone, I would say, are worth it. But I do believe they sell credit boosters separately now. I want to say that they sell credit boosters separately now, or at least they used to. I know the North American server used to. Oh, another one is the LT432. As a light tank, it sucks. I'm not gonna lie. View range on it is nowhere near as good as the Hawker 30 ELC. Ironically, even the ELC, even 90, has a better base view range than the 432. The 432 was designed to be a light tank hunter, not an actual scout. So don't play it like a scout. Play it like a light tank hunter, which means go with the mediums, go with the heavies, light up what you can, let the heavies do the damage, you rack up whatever, while the enemies are distracted, you flank, get a couple of shots in, shoot and scoop, basically. Treat it like a Hellcat. Lerva over IS6. What else? There's really nothing else in them. Oh, well, the Chrysler K can be a fun tank if you truly want to go out and have some fun. Chrysler K is definitely for you. If you want to go hold down and be a hold down monster, there it is, the T103. That is a very good Soviet tank destroyer. Bear in mind, I am not a Soviet player. You guys know I don't like Soviet tanks. Personally, I'm just not a Soviet player. But the T103 is a very good tank destroyer. It's got very trolly armor, equal to its tier and below. Higher up, you will struggle. Okay, and what I mean by that is, if you can stay hull down and keep this glaring lower plate protected, you can actually bounce a few shots. So yeah, there's that. What else again? It's the Hawker 30. There you go. ELC even 90 is for sale in the EU store. Pick this bad boy up. I'm not a huge fan of French tanks, but this thing has the best base camo of all light tanks. You can, with the right equipment and the right crew, you can set this thing up to be over 60%, which is insane. In a double bush, 60%, you are not being spotted unless they're physically right on top of you. Okay? It's an amazing stealthy little tank. You will see a lot of those in the upcoming matchmaker. What else is there that's worth picking up? Skip the T92. I love the T92 as a tank, as an idea, as a platform. I really do. But it suffers a very big issue, which is it's wide. Which means in a narrow knife fight, it takes a lot more to turn around. Which means you're going to get hit, period. So it's not good for knife fighting. What else? KV-122, again, not a bad tank. IS-2M, no. It's got the horrible IS-1 chassis, which means basically anything equal to a tier and up to, I mean, tier 5, tier 6, tier 7, tier 8, tier 9s will just go through you like you don't exist. I penetrate IS-2Ms all the time in my Hawker 30 using HE, and that has 103 millimeters of penetration, so that should tell you something. However, the KV 122 is using the KV1's chassis, so it does have a little bit more angled armor, which means it can stop certain shells, especially if you're on a nice little incline and you can use your gun depression. Again, downside, Capella on the top. What else? Panther M10 is an interesting tank. It's using the Panther with the horrible little needle gun. very low alpha for what it can do, which is a shame because I honestly think that it needs an alpha buff. But you know, swings and roundabouts. Another good little tank to pick up to grind up crew is the, believe it or not, it is the Chinese Type 64. The reason why is the Chinese Type 64 is based on a Hellcat chassis with a Walker Bulldog, no, Walker Bulldog chassis, Hellcat turret with a Sherman gun. Go figure. It's literally a Legoed tank by China. I have one on the North American server, and I've kitted mine out to be somewhat of a tank destroyer slash light tank hunter, and it's actually quite fun to play. Ignore the AC4 experimental. Yes, it does have some trolley armor to it sometimes, but you'll get penetrated all the time. Same as the Poodle. The Poodle can be quite fun if you know what you're doing and you know how to play it. Play it like a regular Panther, because that's basically what it is. It's a pseudo mini upgrade. It's got basically the upgraded tracks, upgraded engine, and the upgraded turret, but not the upgraded gun. The heavy tank number 6 is basically Tiger 131 reskin for the Japanese. What else? Firefly, again, huge. I love the Sherman Firefly. I love the Sherman platform. Really good tank as long as you can keep back and snipe. But the downside is for some reason, I don't know what Wargaming has against, what beef they have against the 17-pounder gun, but for some reason they are just not doing the 17-pounder gun the justice it deserves. Even their own documentation says the 17-pounder gun can go through over 200 millimeters thick of armor, but for some reason they've capped it out at 171 millimeters. Why 171? It's specifically 171. I couldn't tell you. Box tank, the SU-100Y. Great if you want to be an XP Pinata. Too many flat edges. You will get penned by Hesh, by HE, by RT, because it's basically very, very thin. Getting similar to Dickimax. Dickimax is an open tank destroyer, which means artillery will rock your shit. So skip it. Type 3 Chinook Kai. Interesting for a low tier tank, especially if you just want to grind out and level up your crew. Perfect for that. Just a perfect little credit grinder. It will make you money. You don't have to run food. You don't have to run premium consumables. It's just a fun little all-around have fun tank. Excelsior. Again, this was was it a Cromwell? Yeah, it was a Cromwell chassis that they just bolted extra armor to, and it has a horrible freaking, I think it's a 6-pounder gun, and it just, no, it was a Churchill. It's either Cromwell or Churchill that they up armored because they saw what the T14 prototype was, which is the American up armored Sherman, and they were like, we can do that to a Cromwell, but they didn't upgrade the engines. This thing is slow as get out. The armor can be trollish if you know how to angle. Churchill 3, skip it. It's a Churchill 3. It's not worth it. So the rest of this stuff is all low tier stuff. If you really want to pick them up just for the lols and whatnot, go ahead. But in all honesty, the only real tank of value I'm going to say out this entire lot comes down to 3. It comes down to the Chrysler K. It comes down to the ELC Even 90. We skipped it. Where are you? All right, there it is. The ELC Even 90, the Chrysler K. And I want to say, if you want to have fun and troll people, Hawker 30. But other than that, Revelry say if you're into just basically turning a medium tank into a pseudo tank destroyer. But other than that, guys, there's really not many good tanks in the vehicle in that lineup. Let's check out the styles, if they upgraded any. There's one new one for the Rasta Crante. There's one for the XMY. And that's pretty much it. And then there's some really nice instant camos. There's some crew skins. Everyone keeps asking me where I keep getting my pinup artwork from. This is where I get it from. I get it from the sticker packs. They do rotate. Okay, and if you wait long enough, you will get them at 50% off. You'll get them even more. Again, you just gotta wait. I love getting these sticker packs. In fact, I'm going to pick up another one right now as we speak. So, yes, please. Oh, not as a gift. My bad. And boom. And those stickers will be, there you go, winging their way to my account. I believe I've got, no, I got one coupon and it's going to last, oh, it's for World of Warships, don't care. But there you go, guys. That's the work. That's the premium shop deals this week. Check them out if you're interested in buying a new tank, or if you want to get a few things picked up for your friends, or even gift a tank to a friend that doesn't have those tanks. Go ahead. Be kind. Take care, guys. Keep shows flying. Keep your enemies dying. Cobra Commander is out. I'll see you guys later.